But this is yesterday's. This is also a review for the test, because the test will be just like these.
Tomorrow?
You gotta make stem and leaf plots, mean, median, mode, and box and whisker plots.
Is this 386?
Did you say Friday?
So, for 22, we gotta make a stem and leaf plot of this data. So, the smallest number is 56. The biggest is 86. So we gotta start at 5 and go to 8. So then we can put them in order. There's 56, so you put a 6 there. 2 58s. And I think that's it for the 50s. The 60s, there's a 3 and a 5. The 70s, there's a 1, 2 8s. And then in the 80s, we got 2, 4, 5, 6. Now don't forget this, you gotta put a key. So you can choose any one of these that you want. 8/2 equals 82. Then in 23, you got to find the mean, median, and mode. Well, the mean is you add them all up and divide by how many there are. So if we add these up,
Isaac?
Yeah.
Okay.
adds up to 864. Divided by, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the mean is 72. The median is the middle number. So you can use your stem and leaf plot to find that. There's 12 numbers. So if you count in, here's the biggest, here's the smallest, so then we count in like this, there, 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 there. It'd be in between these two. Between 71 and 78. This is the middle right there. 6 numbers on each side. So remember, if there's 2 numbers on either side of it, you add them up and divide by 2.
74.5.
71 plus 78 divided by 2, it's what, 74 and a half? Okay. And then the mode is the number that appears most often, which there's 2 58s and 2 78s. So there's 2 modes, 58 and 78. Okay. Now, while we are on stem and leaf plots, I'm going to show you there's a question like this on test. Say you've got, let's see, scores on a test.
You are mean. I'm sorry. Can I tell Lindsay? Wait, yeah, tell me. She's tell me what?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, make sure.
Okay, if these were the scores on a test, there's a question that you make a stem and leaf plot, and then there's a question that says, what does the stem and leaf plot tell you about the scores? There's many different types of answers you could put. It does tell us the lowest score is 49. And there's two of them. It does tell us the biggest score is 100. The thing that stands out to me is that most of the scores were right here, right? Mm-hmm. So that's another thing you could say. Most scores were from 63, or actually it skips, doesn't it? I'd say most right here. That's the biggest bundle.
So 81 to
81 to 97. Okay? And again, those other things wouldn't be wrong if you said the lowest score was 49 or the highest score was 100, because it does tell you that too. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's a real simple question that's on the test about stem and leaf plots. Okay, then the box and whisker plot. Here we got to put these in order. So the smallest is, am I right, 3.5? And the biggest, 16.3? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll just do them down here. 3.5. 8.9. 12.2. 16. Okay, so once you have them in order, you got to find the middle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we count in 6, this would be the middle. When there's an even amount of numbers, it's going to fall between two numbers. If there's an odd, it's going to fall right on a number. So when it's in between these two, you got to add them up and divide by 2. And it's 10.85. Now, some people were making this mistake. They were doing this on the calculator. 9.5 plus 12.2 divided by 2, and they were getting 15.6. Because they didn't press equals. You should be able to recognize that if you look. 15.6 is not in between these two numbers. When you do this, remember, once you add these two, you got to press equals to figure out what that is before you divide by 2. Otherwise, it's going to give you a wrong number. So then we find, that's the median. Then we find the middle of the first half. That's the first quadrant, or first quartile. And again, since there's an even amount, it's going to fall in between two numbers. It's going to be right in between these two. So again, you add these two up and divide by 2. 6.95. And then here it would be between those two. So you add them up, divide by 2. What is it? 15.3. So then we got to put 3.5, 6.95, 10.85, and 15.3 on a graph, on a number line. So I got to go from 3 to 17. So I'd maybe just start at 2s. You can go by whatever, remember. I'll just go by 2s.
By 1s.
Yep, by 1s is good. Okay, So 3.5 would be right about there. 6.95. Here's 6, 7, so it'd be right about there. 10.85 would be right about there. 15.3 and 16.3. So you put a box around the first quartile to the third quartile with a line through the median, and then the whiskers going out. And now these numbers are not easy to see on the graph, so you should put the numbers above them. That's 3.5, 6.95, 10.85, and 15.3, 16.3. Okay? So remember when they ask questions about these, each one of these is 1/4. So remember, if they ask you to compare the number of temperatures, that are from 3.5 to 6.95, how does that compare to the number of temperatures from 15.3 to 16.3? How do they compare? How does the number of temperatures in this range compare to the number in this range? It's a bigger range, but how does the number of temperatures here compare to the number of temperatures in this range?
They're the same.
They're the same because they're all 1/4. 1/4 of the numbers are here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here. So every range has the same amount of numbers in them. Okay? So remember that.
How do they
No. No, I'm not answering 25. I'm just telling you, when you have a question like that, how does the number here compare to the number here? They're the same. So then, for 25, we got to compare. Oh, I should have did it on that number line. We got to compare the two. So I'll just sketch this one in quick. It's at 3.5, 6.95, 10.85. What am I missing? We have 3.5, 6.95, 10.85. Oh, I got them all. So, to compare these two for number 25, the thing that stands out to me is right here, about half of the numbers are greater than all the numbers here. See how that works? So that's the biggest comparison, I would say. About half are greater than all the temperatures. These are temperatures, right? Yep. In Paris, that's the Paris one. Okay. So usually that's what they do is compare the fraction of them, how it compares to the other fractions of them. So you just need to remember each piece is 1/4, so the 1/4 and a 1/4 is half. So it should be a pretty easy test. Again, it's just stem and leaf plot, box and whisker, and then answering a couple questions.